Greetings, Mr. Kingsley. I remember meeting Tom 10 years ago. I was super nervous, being the first time I'd ever been to a conference in the US. I was meeting a whole bunch of people that were far smarter than me, that were experts in all kinds of fields, that were way more experienced than me. And I still remember walking down the first set of metro stairs in DC, and Tom started chatting with me on the way and made me feel incredibly welcome and appreciated as part of this community. And ever since then, Tom has been an amazing source of, a really unique source of encouragement and support for me over the years. And even though we haven't worked too closely on too many projects, he's listened, he's respectfully disagreed when we're part of the executive committee, and he's been a really great person to know, to appreciate, and to learn from. So Tom, I really appreciate you. I've got a lot of love for you, and I want to say thank you very much for your commitment and your serving all these years.
I remember meeting Tom Kingsley about 10 years ago when he came down to Atlanta talking about the importance of local data and NNIP and all these magical things it did. And I remember thinking to myself, I am not cool enough to be in the same room as Tom Kingsley. Well, now 10 or so years later, I'm still not cool enough to be in the same room as Tom Kingsley, but I do really appreciate Tom Kingsley and NNIP and everything that is done for us here in Atlanta.
Hi Tom, Terry Bailey from Denver.
And Matt Berry from Denver.
We've been with you for the whole 20 years of the National Neighborhood Indicators Partnership. I was with you for the first 10 years, first executive committee through the forming and storming years.
And I was with you for the following 10 years, also on the executive committee on the norming and hopefully performing years of NNIP.
We couldn't have done it without you. Throughout the full 20 years, you've been the epitome of grace,
and wisdom,
kindness,
and intellect.
So ever since I started at Urban 3 years ago, Tom has been one of the first people that I met when I first started. And ever since, he's been such a great mentor, such an amazing leader, and tells the best stories. Seriously, they are top 10. So thank you so much for being a guiding light to all of us here at NNIP, but also to me personally. I really, really appreciate it.
I remember my first meeting in Denver and watching Tom speak to all of the partners, and I remember thinking how hearing someone with so much knowledge and history and ideas about how to direct NNIP and the Urban Institute as a whole was really inspirational for a young research assistant.
The favorite story that Tom ever told me was about when he had to fire someone, and he did it by convincing them to follow a different path in their career. So Tom, thank you for never trying to convince me that NNIP wasn't a good career path for me.
20 years, what a milestone, and many more to come. The University of Pittsburgh is proud to be an NNIP partner since 2008. But Tom, so many milestones throughout your career, and I've been so fortunate to cross paths with you in many different places. My first Tom sighting was almost 30 years ago, Worcester Hall, at the University of California, Berkeley Planning Department, and a great talk with Tom on his reflections on housing, Rand, New York City, and a project Walking the Streets with Mike Tietz, my advisor. It was just a pleasure to meet you the first time and to get to know you so much better through the NNIP. Across the U.S. and internationally, Tom, your dedication to urban issues, solving urban problems, and urban policy has been an inspiration to so many of us. Happy anniversary and happy birthday, NNIP.
Hi, Tom. You've always encouraged and supported my interest in working with NNIP. This goes all the way back to when we were commuting to Baltimore for the Making Connections work, through to the curious incident of DC Agenda closing in the night, to our 7-year staggered work on performance management. It's been a really fun journey, and I couldn't have done it without the support you gave me.
Hi Tom, Peter here. I just want to congratulate you on a brilliant career and to say that I think that you're the person who deserves credit for putting neighborhood indicators on the map, both literally and figuratively. I want to add as well that it's been a real honor working with you throughout my career, and I've learned a great deal from you. So thank you very much.
Hey Tom, it's been neat to see the whole field of neighborhood data come so far in the last 25 years. Remember back when I got started at the Atlanta project when I was a student at Georgia Tech back in '93, doing stuff with maps and neighborhood data, and we didn't know what we were doing. We made it up the whole time. But it's neat to have come full circle and now be a partner at NNIP here in Pittsburgh, and really just have you to thank for everything that you built, because I've made so many friends as part of the network, and hopefully I've been a good steward of this too. So I just wanted to let you know that what you've done means quite a bit to me, and it also means a lot to my pet office fish here. So want to say hi? There he goes. He said hi. So I'll talk to you later, Tom. Take care.
I first met Tom at my first NNIP meeting in Minneapolis in 2009. I had heard of NNIP from PSU presidents Wim Vivel, who had worked for Tom at the RAND Corporation, and he really encouraged me to look at NNIP and consider becoming a member. But it was really Tom who, from the very beginning, was incredibly supportive and helped me think through how to responsibly commit to long-term to being an active network member that really contributed to the network. And it's obvious that Tom's collegiality really infuses the whole network as we follow his example of how to be a responsible and supportive network member.
So I'm going to be biased in talking about Tom and NNIP because Tom really opened up the door for my career 9 years ago as an intern at the Urban Institute. Working at the Urban Institute, I really learned about just how knowledgeable Tom is, and I got to support some of his work with NNIP and learned so much about how he invests not only in individuals but also in communities. You know, something's amazing when you're in grad school and you're learning about Tom Kingsley and NNIP. His contributions to NNIP are a huge legacy, and communities around the country are strengthened because of it.
Hi, Tom. Kathy and I just wanted to share a scatter plot that demonstrates the relationship between one's exposure to your influence and the quality of one's work. As you can see, it's a pretty strong one. Beyond how to make great scatter plots, though, we've both learned so much from you over the years.
First, how to make funders happy throughout a whole project.
And how to make the scope of work seem feasible at the same time.
You taught us by example how important it is to listen to the local partners, even when they might disagree with us.
Tom, I really appreciate all of your guidance in teaching me the importance of using data and policy and the importance of local champions.
And I'm really grateful for you teaching me how important it is to understand different neighborhoods. From day one, you gave me chances to grow with always the right mix of support and independence. We only hope that we can make the next 20 years of NNIP as great as you made the first 20.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you from Oakland.
Thank you for everything.
Tom, many thanks for everything. Tom, you're the best.
Thanks, Tom, and thanks, NNIP.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks for the memories.
Thanks for the memories.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
Děkujeme velmi pěkně.